African history is world history, believe it or not. The moment I came to Africa, I was able to maintain the physical. I see Europeans come here and they make it because they show Mama Africa love.
Africa is like
A beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I can't afford her.
Yeah.
But by sitting across the road and watch her coming out and going in every day is joy to my soul. Welcome to Legassi Gardens, Cafe in Zion.
With time, I've come to realize that moving to Ghana from the West eventually favors those who are willing to roll up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty. In this video, I speak to Nana Kwame, a Jamaican. Yes, a Jamaican who moved to Ghana from UK with a plan of cycling to Kinshasa, but eventually settled in Ghana after coming to terms with how long and treacherous the journey would be. Driving trotro, local buses, and even owning several of them at some point, Nana Kwame, with the help of his wife, has managed to build Legassi Garden Apartments, a green holiday space in Accra, a school, and a vegetarian restaurant. This is a success story of humble beginnings. You will be inspired.
For me, I would live in Africa in any condition.
And do you think you would have achieved this if you were still in London?
No.
My name is Mickey. Keep watching.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hosting us. Nana Kwame,
Yes, sir.
well, from what I know of you, you originate from Jamaica. I've never seen any Jamaican called Nana Kwame. How did you get the name Nana Kwame?
Okay, I came here back in 1989 ending, and I was working, and I had a trip to Kumasi, to the Mencha Palace. And when I went to the Mencha Palace, I didn't go in with the visitors. I stayed in the transport because I'm just a driver. And then Apukuwari, the second, he sent to call me because I was outside, and the people outside said, oh, there's a Jamaican sitting outside eating kenke. They never see a Jamaican eating kenke before. So he sent to call me, and I said, tell the messenger that I'm not going in. I don't want to go in, I'm okay here. The messenger turned to me and says, when the king's called, you must obey.
Okay.
I says, okay. And I went in, and he looked at me and he said, whatsoever I want, I can ask. And, well, I wouldn't tell you what I asked for. But anyway, he did deliver.
All right.
And he turned to me and he said, your spirit is like Nana Kwame. You have that ancient spirit, that ancient leader of ancient Ghana kingdom. There's a Nana Kwame who, when Ghana wasn't, not here, but I think up northwest Africa, was a ruler, very powerful ruler. So he gave me that name. He says, yes, that spirit you carry is like Nana Kwame, that ancient Ghanaian.
So this is spiritual then? This is
complete.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
So you said you came to Ghana in
between October 15 to October ending.
All right.
Of
What year was that?
1989.
1989. Why Ghana?
Well, a series of incidents happened in London. I was in London, I'll just give you a short gist. One evening, I was coming from West Norwood, drive down, I think, Brockwell Park, coming into Brixton, and I pick up a tail. It was about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the night. I pick up a tail. Somebody was following me. And when I came down to Realton Road, I turn on to Kellits Road, and then I take the second left. The car was still behind me, so I stopped the car and came out to ask, what's your problem? But when I came out to ask what the problem, to my surprise, it was two white boys. And I saw in one of them, because how I park so that the street light could shine on the car. And how I park, when I came out to talk to the boy, I saw that one of them had a gun.
Wow.
So when I saw the gun, well, now everything collapsed. Even the street I park and I forget where I was. Everything collapsed. And I just, after that incident, that was a Sunday evening. The Monday morning, I went to Tottenham Court Road. I didn't go to work. I went straight to Tottenham Court Road. There was a travel agent up there, and I asked him, could you give me a plane ticket to Africa, please?
Wow.
He says, which part of Africa? I said, any place. And he said, there's a flight flying out next Tuesday to Ghana. He said, where, Guyana? He said, no, Ghana. He says, okay, that sounds good. So I went back. I realized that Ghana, this is it. West Africa. I said, no problem. And when I came in, that was when all my story begins.
Wow.
Yes. So I came in at about a week. That was the Sunday. The following Tuesday, following week Tuesday, I was flying into Ghana.
So most of us, that is very ballsy. Like, you know, just to get up from you know, the place that you've probably grown in London, and then just to come to a place that you don't know. Most of us, it takes us so long for us to plan. How was your landing like? When you get to Ghana, how was life like?
When I get to Ghana, well, it was surprising. It was like Jamaica's in the 1930s and 20s.
Okay.
Yes, it was like, it wasn't made, it was just raw.
Wrong, okay.
Yes, it was just raw. Even toilet paper self, you know, toilet paper, it wasn't here unless those newspaper.
I use newspaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everything was, and the only good thing about when I touched down here, that yoke of bondage, that yoke that holds me for a generation, it have broken free. It's like my hand was like this for generation. And then all of a sudden I come off the plane and that yoke was open. Okay. And that's, you know, when
you've arrived.
Yes, then you can breathe freely and calmly. You're not tense anymore. All that tenseness has dropped. And I was shocked and I was surprised and I was worried that how I'm gonna, because I'm only here for 3 weeks, I'm going off to Congo, to Brazzaville.
Okay, so you
Not
came
Brazzaville, Kinshasa.
Kinshasa.
Yes.
So you came for a short time.
For a short time. So since I make it here, then I might as well go. I have connection in Kinshasa because the girl I was with, she's from Kinshasa.
Okay.
Yes. So I was going to go to her parents' place and wait for her down there in Kinshasa. But after riding through Ghana for 3 months, I realized that I haven't even reached the border. I didn't even reach Temale.
Okay.
After 3 months, then I said, this is useless because I haven't left Ghana yet. And I'm supposed to be in Kinshasa in 6 months. And I haven't left Ghana, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to ride bicycle all that way down.
So you were going to try and do it on road?
And yes, on the bicycle. I just take my compass, get the direction, and decide to go towards like West Central and try to steal my way into Kinshasa because it's one big land. Yeah, it's only divided by rivers and mountains.
How did you get that idea?
To do what?
To go to use your bicycle to go across Africa.
Because I ride bicycle from Moran Point to Negril Point in Jamaica. And that take me a couple of hours. Okay. But I didn't expect that.
It would take that long.
Riding for 3 months on the road and still haven't reached Ghana border when I thought to myself, by now I must be in Cameroon. If I'm not in Cameroon, I must be in Nigeria. So I have to find some place wherein I find a new map because during the time I was moving through the bushes. Even half of the time I had to carry my bicycle on my back because there was no road. when you reach, going through Jamaican from the Volta region, going over, taking the bush. And I was going eastward, then I had to change route because I was low on water. So I had to find where the Volta River was again, or some tributaries, and to collect water. So when I reached a place called Bupe,
yeah.
yes, Bupe, I decided that make I find a petrol station so I can get a new map. That was when I realized that, hey, so how far am I from Ghana border? They say you haven't reached Temale. I said, where is Temale? Them say halfway to the border. I said, what? For 3 months? The 3 moons. I haven't reached anywhere. So I just reached Bupe, jump on my bicycle, come back to Kumasi, cross through Obuasi to Central Region, to Cape Coast, and then here was So from the bicycle.
Yeah.
So I'd fold it up. It was a Muddy Fox. I was one of the first mountain bike here in Ghana.
Okay.
Fold it up and put it on a state transport back to Accra.
Wow. How are you sleeping, bathing, eating?
Eating, I never eat kenke before, but when I was on the journey, and I meet people on the journey, some people give me some kenke, and I say, no meat, no fish. I say, no meat, no fish. And I had the kenke in the bag. But generally, I would pick cassava, but I wouldn't take it with me. I would make my fire. I had firewood in my bag. So I reached some part up in the Volta region, wherein I didn't see nobody, no farm for about 2 or 3 days. I didn't have any contact with people, so that's the first time I eat kenke. As for the bathing, the river, the water tributaries, it wasn't a problem. As for the sleeping, I had a soldier sleeping bag. Yeah, I just figured to myself that how my spirit was at ease. The physical didn't mean anything to me. But the first night I put down to sleep, I didn't sleep well because you could see that this place was inhabited before. But it's like some animal come and destroy. What was the problem? Why there's no inhabitants? So that night, I didn't sleep well. I keep watch. The second night, I was too tired to keep watch. So I slept. I wake up, nothing happened. The third night, I slept even more peaceful.
Yeah, because you knew that.
So there was no problem. I just take it in my head that if animals, goats, lambs, cows, they can go through these places and survive, dogs, then why am I so bad lucky that I'm the one that these things would have happened? And truly, I had no fear at all.
So when did you, or how did you just start, becoming permanent?
After the ride, after some months, I was back here in Accra sometime in January. I was back in Accra. And the Chairman Rollins, he gave the Rastafarians some land at Amamuli here, Ochikongfu here, and Dodawa. So I heard of them. So I came back and went to inquire. Matter of fact, I heard of them between Kumasi and Cape Coast. So, hey, so you are those part of those Rasta people? And I said, which Rasta people? Those Rasta people in Accra. And I said, no, but I know now. So I find them out. And then I was with them from February 1990 until yes.
So you got your land.
That land where we was on, that land I was on, that was given to us by Chairman Rollins. But this land where you come where you saw the house, while I was with them, this was all bush going down to the train line. And the place we had at Ochikongfu, when we come from Ochikongfu on weekends to go to meetings on Sabbath, we would carry cassava stick, firewood, fruits, and we'd carry it on our head. And when we reached Pukwasi, at the chief house, because I think it was the only house in Pukwasi, we would leave our things at the chief house and carry on to Amamoli, then send some help from Amamoli to come and pick it. The son of the chief, it was our good friend.
Okay.
So he said that we can get land from his papa to farm. So nobody, since we already have, and me, I like the independence, I start to farm and that piece of land.
Okay.
From where you see my house is just above it, all the way down where you see the motorway is, that was the farm. And in front of the plot in front of me, that was the little track. So from the back of my house to the front of the church, all the way down to the motorway, that was my farm.
That was your
Banana,
farm.
cassava, sometimes yam, beans, peas, every little thing, because I have nothing else to do.
So you were here when it was like bush.
There was no other house up here. It was only one little village there, and the village, the man, he killed his brother or something here in this village, Atiacho here.
Okay.
And he went to hide with his family over there. And he was just here, and nobody didn't know. And you know, police is not investigating though, because they are from Volta, and they are like occupiers, so they don't, we only run away from his people to that place. So it's only me and them alone used to be up above the train line, and nobody from Pukwasi wouldn't come above the train line, because they say that where the Pukwasi people deal with people who they don't like and dump them. Wow. I didn't see any of those things. Yes, I didn't see any of those things.
So your building journey, how was the building process for you?
The building, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
Did you use contractors?
No, myself. No. The land was the problem, because when I get the land and I start the building, then another family said, I'm on their land. And then I had to go and get the chief's son who introduced me to the whole thing, and get him to go and meet the other family. And every time I arrange for the family to meet, they always have excuse. So this time I decided to throw a party.
Okay.
And decide that, I'm throwing a party, so come. Then I told the other family, I'm coming to pick you to come to a party. So that's the first time I bring them together. I said, okay, then.
Okay, both families.
Both family. And I say, when you tell me what's happening, because you telling me he's telling lie, and you telling me he's telling lie, so you tell me what's the problem. Here's, and they both came, we cut pictures, and they demarcate out, and the demarcation was only 20 feet and 10 feet different. It wasn't any big thing like before I was on, yes. And then I start my building. Once I start my building, most times we used to win Sana Tamamuli here. I would go after 10 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, when everybody gone home. And the wife would hold the canyon, and I would load that my Kia
Okay,
truck.
so your wife would be holding the lights, and then you would be doing your own sand.
Yes, digging and loading. And even sometimes I'm so tired that when I come back, I just park the truck, and when the people come to cut the blocks, then I told them, could you take the sun off the truck?
Whose truck were you using?
I had that by then.
You had your own truck?
Yeah, by the time I bought this land, my wife came, so I was able to get a transport together. I had a little old taxi. I worked for this man for 7 years driving trotro.
Oh, trotro, okay.
From Labadi to Circle. From Tema Fishing. I even have line at Tema Fishing Harbour, I have line at Accra, and I have a line at Labadi Circle. So I have trotro line at those places. Only that once I move, then I'd stop paying my dues, and you lose your space. But right now, if I go, I think some of my people now is managing the GPRT.
The GPRT,
yes,
wow.
Yes. I'm a member, used to be a member of the GPRT. Yes.
So how long did it take you to build your house, and how easy or difficult was it?
The easy, the difficult. In that time, things was cheap. So if you get £10, you could buy 2 or 3 bags of cement.
Wow.
And fortunate for me, if I get money from foreign, I didn't need it to eat. because I have my own ways and means of finding my food to maintain the physical. So if I get 10 pound, 15 pound, 20 pound, that was development money. Yes, it was. And you can imagine you get, now if you don't have 20 pound, I don't think you can buy a bag of cement.
Yeah, 20 pounds.
Yes.
Yes, 20 pounds.
Yes, because at those days you could pay a bag of cement was about 2 pounds or 3 pounds max. You see.
So you were doing it bit by bit.
I was doing it bit by bit. My wife used to work for Shrugs. She's a lawyer. It was adventure for her. And she used to work for Shrug. And when she get her money at the end of the month, I used to call in the black cutter. I used mason. I didn't have a plan drawn.
Yeah.
I didn't have a plan drawn. So I show them what I want, measure it out, and so how big is this? And measure it out. I have to go and measure it out in the evening and walk inside the size, if it's 10 by 10, or see how big it was and guesstimate. And then I just put it step by step. Sometimes when I go to hustle with the truck to carry cement and block for other people, and I come back, they would put up something and I was, this is not it.
They've done it wrong.
They've done it wrong. So while they finish and gone, I just go and take it down myself.
It down yourself. All right.
So that they don't waste time to take
the
it
next
down.
day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said, this is not how I want it. This is how I want it. Yes.
Wow.
So it wasn't that difficult, except my style. If you notice my building, they're tall.
Yeah.
Yes. So when the steel bender, he gave me a bit of a problem because I leave him with the steel to cut the steel, and I told him that I want my blocks 11 high, not 7 and 9 high like how you do it. I want it 11 high, then I put the door. You see all my doors, they have vents. It's not, yes. So yes, I want it 11 high so that I have enough headroom. So warm air rises. And this is sun. This is the land of the sun. So that means that I have to have a tall roof so that. So when I come back, the steel bender cut all the steels to make the house about this tall. We had problem, but otherwise from that, it wasn't much of a problem.
So bit by bit.
Bit by bit. Even ourselves, we're still doing it.
You're still doing it.
We still.
Is this school? Do you work here or is it yours? I don't know.
It's mine.
It's yours.
It's mine. It's
So
mine.
you built this
I
yourself.
built it brick by brick, digging, foundation, every single, me and one other person.
Wow.
Me and one other person, Simon.
So you are an epitome of humble beginnings, isn't it?
Well, if you look at it like that, yes. Yes, it's really, really humble because I didn't expect to achieve this. As I said, when I come to Africa, I just come to lay the physical down. That was my hope. I was just tired of Europe. Jamaica, I'm fine. Jamaica, but Jamaica there, if I was having something like this, I have to have a gun, I have to have revengeful. That you cannot forgive, because if you forgive, people will take you for a stupid person. So you have to take example, make example of every single scenarios. And I grew up in the church, so I like to forgive. I don't like to go to bed thinking about the family of people being hurt, or because when I hurt you, you probably be my problem, but what about mommy? What about the children? You see, so those things, I didn't take kindly to it. So here when I come, the physical didn't really bother me. So if you scratch my car, I wasn't gonna come and hammer you for that. Or if you break my house, I probably would want to take you to the police, but even that self, I don't even feel like doing it. Yeah, because here you take somebody to the police, the amount of trouble might as well take the liquor thing or go, or you say, don't come back, go your ways. Yes.
So Nana Kwame, you've moved from, trying to leave Ghana on a bicycle and then building your own house, getting your own sand, molding your own blocks,
yes.
building without even having a plan.
Without any plan. This building,
so
no plan.
No plan. Nowadays, people will say that this is so difficult. But before we started this interview, you said something that, you know, you were able to deal with the physical, but then your peace. Because without resilience, I don't think you can achieve all this.
True. You see, the thing is that the spiritual is what make the physical do what it wants to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes the physical put demands upon the spiritual.
The spiritual.
Yes. And so the spiritual will just lax inside the body and follow you to do what the physical want to do.
Yeah.
But see what happened. Suppose now you could will things into being. You know, you don't have to worry about the car because you know that as long as you maintain the physical, that will come at any time. You see, you don't have to worry about your camera, your things, because even if they stole it, it might be painful just now, but you can will it back to yourself. You can will it back into your hands. You see, so me personally, I feel that I'm in that position wherein nothing material doesn't really, I'm not tied
to it,
anything material. As I said to the wife that sometime, if you say today that you retired me, I would be happy and not happy. Happy in the sense that my work would be over because as far as I'm concerned, I work for the female and the children. That's my job.
Yeah.
And whatsoever this physical create is for the female and for the children.
Yeah.
It's not for me as a person, as I said to you, I sleep anywhere.
Good.
I sleep in a sleep. The only thing that bothered me in all this journey, tum-tum.
Tum-tum.
That's the only thing. When the tum-tum bite me, it reminds me.
Oh, the mosquitoes.
Mosquito.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
You're there.
Yes, I'm alive. That's the only thing that really, really, really bothers me at all here in Ghana. Yes, so for me, the physical, I'm not tied to the physical. I'm not, but because I'm in a physical farm, you have to do things to show that it's worth living.
Yeah.
Your family, you have to make sure that the family get a better state of living than you have, than your parents had, than your grandparents had, you see. So I always say I'm in a physical form, performing a spiritual work. Yes, because I'm performing a work for the generation. These children here, most of them, I was just sending out school fees bill. And we waive most of them, 90% of the children. We waive the school fee. If you go and look, so how much I pay? No, I think add the PTA because this is no money. I cannot pay my teachers if I don't add the PTA to it. So add the PTA to it.
Yeah.
Yes, but most of them, yes. Though we want to make sure that we make money from it because it isn't good to throw pearls in front of swine. We want to make, but at the same time too, I have to throw the first stone of love before I can make a testimony. I don't like to assume. I like to testify. So if I see you for the first time, I will show you love. And until you show me otherwise, and then if you said to me, say, why are you treating me like that? Then I can say, brother, didn't you do this A, B, C, and D? Didn't you? I didn't you?
Yeah.
And your answer have to come back, yes, I did.
I did.
And if you did, then if you was in my shoes and I did that to you, what would you think? How would you feel? Then you get away from
So you show love to everybody until they show you otherwise.
Until they show me otherwise.
I think that's fair. So I've realized that we are in a school.
Yes, sir.
And before I came here, I wasn't even sure. I didn't even know about this school.
Okay.
How did the school come about?
Well, this school it come about because I have 2 daughters, 2 girls, and we actually homeschool them. And when we homeschool them, my mother-in-law came and she saw that the girls were really impressive. And she said, "Oh, why you don't build a school?" But where I was with the Rastafarians in Amamoni, we wanted to build a school so that I could teach African history.
Okay.
Yes. So when my mother-in-law said that we could, then we said, "You're giving us the money?" She said, "I will help you start." And that's what she did before she passed.
All right.
So we managed to put this together, and I think she passed sometime 2017 there, and we were able to open in 2019.
Nice.
But we were forced to open because another friend came from London. She's Ghanaian, Prempe. And she have 2 daughters which are friends of our children. And she said she's gonna send them to Togo. That time this was just shell. So she said either you open a school or we send them to Togo. And we said, okay, we'll open the school. So we opened the school before this was here, before this was here. It was just shell.
Yeah.
No paint, still the brick was raw. The steel was sticking up out of the foundation. It was just raw.
Wow.
It was just raw. So by the time 2019, the COVID came, 2020, it closed. And then after the COVID, I have a speaker like that one day.
Yeah.
I was trying to take it down and I break my leg, so I had to spend another year off.
Wow.
Yeah, lot of obstacles.
Yeah. Bro, you are a symbol of resilience. So you said you built this yourself?
Myself, completely myself.
Was this one on a plan?
No, this no plan.
No plan.
I went to college at Brixton at a place called Ferndale Road.
Okay.
And the building, it was an inside building. So I wanted to copy the whole idea. But then it turned out even more beautiful than I thought.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Oh, nice. So what do you have over here? Like,
okay.
What?
Well, we teach the IGCSE, the international.
Okay.
Yes, we don't use the GES curriculum. We use the international curriculum. What my plan and hope is that since we are black people, we are the first people, we should be educated to that level. So I'm trying to bring back that height of education back to my homeland.
So the black history.
So the black history is an integral part of our curriculum. Despite African history is world history, believe it or not. African history is world history. So if I teach African history here, then the children would realize that, oh, we are the original beings. So that means that we have inner, I would call it, inner builder that can inspire us without
intrinsic motivation.
Yes. Yeah. Which can carry us to another level. We don't need anybody to bring knowledge to us. But we can actually, because if you look around, you will see this is our computer.
Yeah.
This is our computer. And in every classroom you go, you will see that motivation and geography, history. There are some of our heroes over there, our African leaders which inspire African people over the years. Our books, everything here is of African. Yes, everything here is of African. This is our gym. We teach self-preservation. We teach self-preservation inside here. So when we mean by self-preservation, we teach you that if there's a confrontation or any form of aggravation, you talk your way out of it. If you can't talk your way out of it, you move away from it, you walk away from it. If you can't walk away from it, the ultimate is to destroy it.
Destroy it,
Yes.
okay.
Not
That's where self-defense come in.
I call it self-preservation.
Self-preservation, that makes sense.
And this is another classroom again, as you can see. All our classrooms. And if you look the name, this is Gladys West. Yes. All the classrooms named after
African, okay.
Yes, educators and African civil rights movements, people. Yes.
It's really nice.
Yes. So we know that if you have history and you have geography, you're halfway there.
So what level does it get to?
We get you right up to the IGC.
IGC,
So it's from 2 years old to 16.
Oh, okay.
Yes, from 2 years old to 16.
So where is it? So if people want to find...
We are just off the Pokwasi interchange at the near town is called Agyei. But if you come to Pokwasi, near Pokwasi interchange, you can just pick up this, put the Spellmore in your Google find.
Okay.
Spellmore, which is SPELMORE Institute.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can easily locate it.
Okay.
We named the street ourselves. This is College Lane. That's Union Street. The one down there is Garvey Rise.
Garvey Rise.
Yes.
Yeah. So you came here and then you put your flag down. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, this is my heaven.
That's it. Yeah. That is.
Yes, this is my heaven. Because when we've grown up, learned that our God is a living God. And once it's a living God, then you must live somewhere.
Yeah.
As according to King David said, his God lives in Israel.
Yeah.
You know, his God doesn't live anywhere. His God lives in Israel. So for me, my God lives in Ghana.
Yeah.
And he lives in Africa. Yeah. So that means that I'm preparing things for our people to make sure we can live in peace with our reality. Okay. Yes. So that's what the education is all about. And
reception.
Yes, reception class. This is Amy Garvey. Yes.
All right.
And each the early years. Yes. The early years.
Yeah.
They all have their own bathroom and facilities.
Yeah.
So they don't have to leave the classroom. And this is director's office. I'm an engineer by profession. Anyway. Yes, I'm an engineer. This is director office. Okay. This is our sick bay. Oh, right. Haven't yet complete.
Not yet complete.
Yes, just small left to go. And this is our bathroom.
Yeah.
But at the moment, both girls and boys are using it. And this is our small playground. And that's our science lab over there.
Nice.
Welcome to Legassi Gardens, Cafe in Zion. Yes.
So how did Legassi Garden came into being?
Well, okay, as I was saying to you, I used to farm here. From behind here to in front of that place, go down to the motorway. And when my wife came along, we decided that it's a good place to settle. Yes. So we bought this portion. As a matter of fact, we didn't buy it. The chief, me and this chief's son, we are good friends.
Okay.
So he said I should have it. But when we come to get the paperwork, that was when time the money comes into play.
That's it.
So it was more or less, I pay for the paperwork, the land was given to me, so
Yeah.
I take it like that.
Okay. So what do you have here?
Well, we have this cafe in Agyei,
Yeah.
a vegetarian restaurant. We don't do no meat, no fish. A matter of fact, I used to have a restaurant like this in Great Yarmouth, back in England.
Ah.
Yes. So it wasn't anything new for me. Inside, this is apartments.
Ah.
Okay, 2 bedrooms and single bedroom studio apartments. So this is the single rooms apartment. So we have, these are single bedrooms apartments.
Yeah.
You have your kitchen, your toilet, everything inside. And then
So is it short stay or long stay? Any.
any
Okay.
short stay or long stay. It's all welcome.
And one good thing I like over here is the vegetation. You know, all the plants. What was the thinking behind that?
It's a garden.
Ah.
It's a garden. So, because this was our first little 2 rooms. You see this little room here? That little room.
That's where it started.
That's how I started. That's my first little room. And a similar one, just slightly bigger than that, at the other corner up here.
Okay.
So that was my touchstone, just to hold the land diagonally.
Wow.
Yes.
Small beginnings.
Small, it's very small. Yes. And this is our drool. Ah, yes, sir. I see you enjoying. Yes, this is our rooftop, and then you can see all the way to Kumasi. You can wave to the family.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's the interchange here.
Wow.
Yes, and that's the way into Kumasi.
Wow.
Yes, that's on a clear day. You can see the Wager Dam.
Yeah.
On a clear day over there. Yes.
That is an amazing view.
Yes.
So what was the apartment name again?
Legassi.
Legassi Apartments.
Legassi.
Legassi Apartment.
Legassi. This is my
And
piece
Rooftop.
And this is the rooftop.
Handmade and handcrafted by Nana Kwame himself.
By myself. All decoration, I must say, is by the wife.
Wow.
I made the shell. And all the flowers, all the stone works, all the color paint is by the wife.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So for me, I feel like I want to come back home because I feel I want to build something like what you've done, but I feel like I can do it here. Do you think you would have achieved this if you were still in London?
No. No, could never. Because as I said to you before, I remember when cement was less than £5 or $5 a bag. So if somebody come and give me a £5 or a £10, that would be a 2 bag of cement for me with relative ease. Now, today, if you don't have £20 or more to buy a bag of cement, you can never do anything. You know, I was doing this and cement was 15 CD a bag. And through the process, it reached a time when cement moved from 15 CD a bag to 32 CDs a bag. Yes. So when things rise like that drastically, then you see that the pound reduced, the dollars disappear. You know, so if I was in London now, before year 2000, after year 2000, a really hard craft to achieve something like that.
Because like
a beautiful woman,
Yeah.
I can't afford her.
Yeah.
But by sitting across the road and watch her coming out and going in every day is joy to my soul. I need no more than that, just to watch Mama Africa. Because when I originally came here, I just come here to sit down and enjoy the breeze and watch the birds and watch all the beautiful things go by. I didn't expect that I would achieve. And today talking to you.
Yeah.
Yes, but because Africa is the land of the living,
yeah.
then there's nothing else
I
you
am
have to
just-
do just to live.
I'm just in awe how you've moved from, digging your own sand to this.
So we used to pack the things all over the neem tree. There's a neem tree over there. We pack everything.
Wow.
And this was the first building, as I said to you. This was my first building.
Yeah.
This is my first big building. Otherwise, from those two little walls, this was my first big building. This one, what you stand here on top here, this was the rooftop for the shops and the restaurants. So this was what I'm doing when cement moved from 15 CD a bag to 30 CDs a bag in here too.
So for you,
yes,
you build something small, you occupy it, and whilst you are in there, you get money, and then you
go on.
You go on.
Go on, go on.
That's good.
Yes. This is the single apartment, single bedroom apartment. So you can have a look. It's not made, but you can have a quick look.
Yeah.
You see.
Spacious.
So, yes, with your own little kitchenette.
Yeah.
And you have a fridge.
Yeah.
You have your own bathroom. You have a shower bathroom.
Yeah, you have your own shower bathroom. Nice. Nice and cozy this.
Yes. And
brings you close to nature.
Very. And then you have the 2 bedrooms, which I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
All the designs are by me. Nice. All the layout, all the measurement is by me. This is the 2 bedrooms apartment. And this is the 2 bedroom apartment. Again.
Yes.
Don't know if it's bright enough.
Yeah, the camera will do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And this is 2 bedrooms.
Like that, and then nice.
Okay.
And then the toilet and bath.
Yep.
That's amazing. You know, when you were talking about how physical things don't really move you and you're not scared of losing physical things, is that what is in motion in your life? Because you don't really care about losing it and all you do is just to show love, then the Most High keeps adding?
Well, I would say yes, because I didn't do anything to achieve it. It's the Most High who give me, because whatsoever I have, I share. Yes, whatsoever I have, I always share, because I just want to be free. I didn't want any responsibility that's gonna make me miserable.
That's it.
You know, you get what I mean? Having a wife and family, it's a part of tradition since the time of Adam.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's not a crisis. It's a part of your spiritual and physical growth.
That's
you
good.
see. But otherwise, other things where you have, you know, all these other trinkets where you have your cars, your house, your clothes, all those things, they don't bother me a bit. Never did, you know. So here, once I can maintain the physical, which is only food and water, I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, that's
I'm
good. So you've come here, Nana Kwame, and as I keep saying, you know, with little and with resilience, you've been able to achieve this amazing piece. You know, like you build this by hand.
By hand.
By hand, which is very...
Without any contractor, only me, the mason, and 3 laborers.
Yeah.
Then
under your supervision.
And then I did my plumbing, and then a plumber did come and help me, but he was an apprentice, because when I leave school in Jamaica, my first job was plumbing.
Yeah.
So I worked for the Jamaican government for a few months before I buy a ticket to fly to England. So my first job was plumbing. So I had a junior plumber, the electrician okay. He was also a junior, so we make some mistake, but we rectify it later. But otherwise, I did everything more or less. Everything I had to supervise, everything I had to make sure that. So what I didn't know, I know now.
Yeah. So we have our brothers and sisters who are living in the diaspora who love to come and achieve what you have achieved. What should they prepare themselves for?
Well, right now, if you want to achieve all this, what I've done, you have to have plenty of money. That's the number one thing now. When I came here in the early 80s, when a friend from London or America come and drop you a £5 or £10 or $10, oh, you could have put that $10, you could have gone far. Fortunate for me, fortunate or lucky for me, I didn't need anything from abroad or from a brochure to keep my body and soul together, because the moment I came to Africa, I was able to maintain the physical. And once I could maintain the physical, any extra finance I get, it was for development. So it wasn't difficult. Now, here in Africa, a lot of the people come and they want that comfort they have in London. They want the Kentucky, they want the Wendy's, they want the fried, yes, and it's expensive. And if you want to develop and you want to live like in London, it's gonna be a bit difficult. Saying all of that, for me, I would live in Africa in any condition.
Any condition.
After 400 years in captivity, 16 generations, die and born on the plantation 16 times. I don't see anything can me sentencing myself to life in the land of the living. Oh, there's no comparison.
Yes.
This is the land of the living. This is where the sun, a matter of fact, I'm at Gold Coast. Yes, original Gold Coast, Pearly Gate. And Pearly Gate is heaven. So for me, this is heaven, full stop, without or with all this material addition. It is heaven for body and soul. So for me, if you people in London and Jamaica and the Caribbean and America and the Isles want to come, just love Mama Africa as your own. I see European come here and they make it because they show Mama Africa love.
Yes.
And Mama Africa is the mother of all souls where you see. So Chinese come here and they are making it. Indians come here and they are making it. Then what about you? You who is the direct descendants of Mama
land.
Africa and her husband. Don't forget, Mama Africa loved you so much that even inside the scripture, she closed, what you call him, Esau with the goat skin so that he could disguise the African hair and make the mother think that it was a punchy hair, goat hair, that the father was feeling. Yes. So for we, dear, Mama Africa is love. So you just get the little trinkets that you get in captivity and come do your best. Live clean. And the same way you survive slavery, you will survive in the land of your ancestors. You might hear sad news and stories. It's only obstacles.
Obstacles. Yeah.
Yes, and we learn to run hurdles, so we know how to jump.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
so that one there is not a problem.
Yes. There are some hurdles, and
yeah,
nothing
there's
good comes
always
easy.
hurdles. Yes.
Nothing good comes easy. So
yes. And
you just have to prepare your mind for it.
When King Solomon asked for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I didn't understand it. I thought it was something, then everything would be just easy. No, you're going to have problems, so you can solve it. You're going to have all different things, and so you have to learn to overcome these things. So that's how you will gain your knowledge and your wisdom, and that's how you will understand what life is all about. But without obstacles, you won't know anything. You will be like an empty barrel. Make noise.
Yeah.
Legassi Gardens, it's near Pukwasi Interchange.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, it's almost on Pukwasi Interchange.
Yeah.
It's about 30 seconds walk away from the interchange. And as you can see, we have our 2-bedrooms apartment for family who wish to return. You can come and stay with us short and find a place where you want to rest the body and soul for life. And it's just 35 minutes from the central of Accra, 25 minutes from the airport, and voila, This is a beautiful
You're here.
garden. I wouldn't say virgin forest because I planted, but it almost
it's
getting
all
back to
good.
virgin
Yeah,
forest.
it looks so cozy and so like cool over here. Nana Kwame, thank you very much for bringing me to your world. This has been, I'm telling you, like I'm here to tell other people what you are doing, right? But most of these videos when I make, I'm learning from it. And you, what you've achieved, and some of the things you said, which I'm also like, I have that same intrinsic motivation. I think I'm on the right path. So thank you very much for giving me this inspiration. And I'm sure a lot of people will find inspiration in this. And whatever you are doing, may the Most High shine His light on you. And then everything go really well.
Thank you.
So I hope you like this video. If you got value from it, please give it a thumbs up. I'll put the details of the school and Legassi apartment. This is really cozy. Like if you look around here, it's been handcrafted by this strong man, ordained by Asante Hene himself and Opokuwari II, a strong man. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to come on my journey of experience. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. God bless.